Why, hello there, friends. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. My name is Colieair, and today we're going to play the Bratz while we talk about some deep things because I'm a deep person and that's what I like to do. And so we begin, starting a new game. I'm excited. Casual. Casual. I think we're gonna go with the girl that looks the most like me. So, Jade it is. Player 1. I wonder if you can have multiplayers on here. Oh, I didn't see the option, but whatever. We're the girls with the passion for fashion. This is what we're talking about today. We're talking about, oh my god, my cat's in my tree right now. I let my cats out and he's in the tree right now. I love when I see him climbing. It's so cute. Nobody sees life the way you do. And I think that's hard to understand sometimes, especially just being human, you know? We live our life through our perspective, and sometimes it's really difficult to think that there are other perspectives out there that are just as valid as yours. I think this comes hand in hand with like emotional maturity and being able to understand that other people have valid emotions also, you know? Two people can have valid emotions at the same time. Fun fact, I used to have a pair of platform sneakers just like that, and it had the Bratz on them. It was pretty cool. Everyone's perspective is so unique to themselves because our life experiences form what our perspective becomes. If you grow up in a really negative household or you grow up in a really positive household, that's going to change the way your perspective on life is. If you're growing up in a negative perspective, you're probably going to see the world in a pretty negative way. But if you have really positive, supportive people around you, then it's easier for you to go throughout life being optimistic and open-minded. Your perspective is formed through your life experiences. And it's hard to relate to some people sometimes who don't have these same experiences, or they're just like so far from what you know or what you are. I can't tell you how many times I've been upset with somebody in my life. It's like I just get wrapped up in the spiral of my feelings being upset and me being hurt, and I don't really think about how my actions or my words affect other people. Nobody sees life the way you do. Nobody's ever gonna see life through your lenses, through your perspective. No one can. And it's not for a lack of not wanting to, it's just how life works. That's what makes us individual, is that we all are so unique in the way we see life. And the way you see life is also about how you choose to see it. It's your choice how you want to perceive life. It's your choice how you want to handle the things that get thrown at you. Hi, princess. Oftentimes, we treat the ones that we love the most, we treat them the worst because they get to see all our mess. They get to see all our ugly because they are so close to us and because we love them so much. But you got to understand that that's not always fair. You know, if you love someone, you should care about the way they impact or you impact them, and vice versa. If you love someone, it shouldn't matter if you're upsetting them or hurting their feelings. And no, you don't have to, be a people pleaser and do anything that they want or need. But if you do truly love someone and they are coming from a place that's understanding, like, I don't know. I think it's important to be understanding of other people's perspectives. You have to put yourself in those shoes. You have to put yourself in the position that someone's in to truly understand what it is. Because normally when people get upset or people are unhappy, there's normally deeper reasons behind it. Most people aren't creating a fuss out of absolutely nothing. And if they are, I just don't understand that perspective. Most people are just hurt themselves, and so they hurt others, or they don't know how to manage their emotions, so then they take it out on others. It's not as personal as we think, you know? Like the way we treat people isn't as personal as you may think. It often comes down to how the person feels inside, what they're dealing with that you don't know about. Sometimes people don't even know that they're dealing with stuff because it's all subconscious, and it's like they feel these ways, but then they don't actually understand why it is they're feeling that way because emotional maturity just hasn't developed as much in them. And that's okay. We all have our valid perspectives. We all grow at our own pace. We all speak on our own time. You know, like this is all a path that it's just how life goes. Your view on the world is valid. The fact that you have seen the world through your eyes and nobody else could ever see the world through your eyes, that makes your perspective valid. You are valid for the way you feel. We cannot control our emotions, as in we can't stop them from coming in. We can manage how we react because we're emotional, but you can't actually change an emotion from coming in. You can understand that your perspective is just as valid as somebody else's. You know, like maybe someone would get upset over a tiny little thing, you know, but you don't know the background. You don't know the story. You don't know what is actually bothering them. There's more to it. There's more layers. There's deeper things. There's stuff in their past. There's patterns they're seeing, things that they're repeating. And it makes them unhappy, it makes them uncomfortable, it makes them upset. For a lot of people that didn't have good guidance growing up when it came to dealing with your emotions, like we are all pretty immature, and I think it shows in society. It's very rare to find good people in this world that are actually going to care about you, but they're also going to be real with you. You know, sometimes you got to say something that's going to hurt your friend's feelings if it's true and it's actually like a perspective that they need to hear. You don't have to be harsh, you don't have to be mean, but sometimes a reality check is necessary. Everyone has blind spots. When you're the one in the position, when you're the one that's in the middle of this thing, this chaos, it is so hard to get yourself out of that spiral, to understand that there are probably other perspectives you're not taking into consideration. We're all living in the same world, right? So I don't think it's necessary to make life harder for ourselves or each other because it's already hard enough. I think respecting that someone sees the world different than you is a really good thing for you and them. It'll definitely benefit your relationships. And you can learn a lot from stepping into someone's shoes. You can learn a lot from understanding that someone else's perspective may be the way it is for a reason. And sometimes it helps you. It helps you because of the blind spots we have. Honestly, growing up, I never really had a good figure when it came to emotional maturity. I did have guidance. I did have parents that loved me, but they weren't perfect, you know? Like, they did a lot of mistakes. They traumatized me in a lot of ways. And honestly, the most that they traumatized me was the lack of emotional maturity that they had, to where they couldn't even help me through things that I was going through. That was very, very serious. And a young kid shouldn't ever go through those things. And I had to go through them alone because my parents weren't emotionally mature enough to actually help me through those things. You know, no one's gonna be your savior. No one's your saving grace. Your parents aren't gonna save you. Your boyfriend's not gonna save you. No one's coming to save you. It is literally up to you to make your life the way you want it. It is up to you to make it happy, to be able to experience things that you enjoy. Your emotions are your responsibility. They are nobody else's. And I know that sucks to hear sometimes because you're like, well, if this person loves me, why wouldn't they be responsible for me? But it's just, everyone has to be responsible for their own happiness. You can't rely on someone else to be happy. And if you do, you're just never really gonna be happy. It's never gonna truly fulfill you. It's not easy having to teach yourself this stuff, you know? But as a kid, you have the excuse, right? Like, oh, I don't have good parents, I don't have good guidance, I'm too young, I don't know this stuff on my own, and that's valid. But when you get older and you are an adult, it is then your responsibility to be able to take care of yourself, and that includes your emotions. That means not lashing out at people that you love. That means not fighting with someone and being selfish and only seeing your side, because I promise you there's two sides to every story and both are valid every single time. Are people shitty people? Yeah. Do people do shitty things and not care? Yeah. But that doesn't mean you have to stoop to that level. That doesn't mean you have to be a part of that. You know, you can choose to distance yourself from that people, cut them off. If people don't want to respect you, don't let them be in your life. But also, you need to respect others. I think it's valid that you can always ask for something if you're willing to do it for somebody else. I think I've just learned through going through a lot of heartbreak that caring about the way you impact other people matters. You don't have to care, but if you love somebody, I think you should care about the way your actions and your words affect them. We all have our trauma, we all have our things that are hard, and we all struggle with something. So I think it's important to give people grace and give them compassion. Maybe we can stop expecting people to be perfect and just expect people to be human. And you know, there are some mistakes that there is no going back. It's gone too far. But I think a lot of things can be solved with communication. Literally as simple as that. Any problem you have in your entire life can probably be solved by communication. Look at my lips. Look at my lips. It's a couch and it's lips. That's good enough. As long as we get 4 stars, we're good. We're solid. There's like a collective reality that we all see, that we all live in, and then there's our personal reality that only we see. And it's important to validate both of those. It is valid that there's a personal reality that only we can experience, and it's valid that there's a shared reality that we all live in. I think when you expect people to be a certain way or expect them to do certain things and they don't, it's quite crushing sometimes. But I think the answer to that is stop expecting people to do things. You know, if someone cares about you, if someone loves you, they're gonna go out of their way to make sure that they are taking care of you in a way that you want. The biggest thing I've learned when it comes to love and relationships, if they want to, they will. If you come to them with a problem saying, hey, this upsets me, and they just brush it off and it doesn't matter to them, they don't really care. Not enough to actually do something about it. But if they actually give a fuck about you, then they're gonna take steps to make sure that that doesn't happen in the future, and you can do things to make you feel more comfortable now and going forward. I feel like I'm talking kindergarten. Like, I feel like these things are so basic. Like, oh, we should care about one another. Oh, we should not be douchebags, you know? But it's like, dang, like a lot of people just don't care. A lot of people just kind of shitty, you know? If you wake up every day with the intention in mind that you want to be a better person, or you want to treat people kinder, or you want to treat yourself kinder, like that stuff matters. And not a lot of people think about that, I don't think. I think most people don't even think. Like they don't have like deeper thought, or they don't have a lot of self-reflection. And maybe I'm wrong, but just based off of the life that I've lived, my personal reality, and the interactions I've had with people, it doesn't seem like many people are very deep. And it's unfortunate because I'd love to be deep with people, but it's like hard. It's like, you know, people just want to talk about the shallow things. And I am always here like, do you think your life is unique? And I think it's important to see it that way. Like, you are one of a kind. Side note, I would love to walk a fashion show one day, or even like just take some pictures, do a professional photo shoot. And I think that'd be really cool. I always was interested in modeling. I've always been told by people that I should model, and I'm like, I don't know, I never did. Probably the lack of self-confidence my whole life, but one day. But I guess I'll be the odd one out to say I do care. I do care about the way I treat people. I do care about the way I treat myself. I do care if people are hurt by my actions or my words. I do care. And I don't think we should shame people for caring. I feel like it's cool not to care, right? Like, let me just be nonchalant. Let me just not take anything seriously. Let me just be chill, laid back. And it's like, that's cool and all until you're literally hurting someone's feelings because of it. And maybe you're just like, grow up. Like, grow up. It's like if someone's struggling, like don't kick someone while they're down, you know? I guess this is coming from a place of I've been a very depressed, hurt person like all my life, and I've had to deal with people not caring about me and not caring about what I want, and I've just been a people pleaser to them for so long. And I've learned finally how not to do that and how to put myself first, not in a selfish way, but in a way of I'm the only one that got me. And some people take offense to that. Some people will really take offense when you start to choose yourself, when you stop pleasing people and stop listening to them and taking their opinions into consideration. Like, they hate it. They don't like it. They don't like to see it because they can't do it for themselves. And subconsciously or consciously, they are angry and jealous because you are doing something that they deep down wish they could. We can literally change our brain chemistry through healing. We can literally change illness into health through healing. Like these things are real, and if you don't believe that, that's okay, but like maybe this is the first time you're hearing of it too. I did not know I could be happy in life. And like that sounds funny, but it's so true. It's like my whole upbringing, I just thought like I'm just gonna be depressed for the rest of my life. Like life will have its ups and downs. Sometimes it'll feel good, but at the end of the day, I'm always gonna be depressed, and I'm just never gonna be free from this feeling of grief or disgust or whatever, all this shit. But I've learned that I can be happy. I can experience joy. I can do these things if I just focus on myself and stop running away from my problems, but instead facing them head on. It's not easy. Like, let me put that front and center. It is not easy. By all means, if it was easy, everyone would do it and everyone would be happy. But it's worth it. The hard work is worth it. You can feel your emotions, but get up, go do your shit, you know? Like I'm kind of tough in that sense where it's like, okay, you can't let this destroy you. But I'm also very understanding. Dealing with emotion all the time is just exhausting. Like always feeling something, always being upset, something always bothering you. That's exhausting. Nobody wants to be living in that, but some people just don't know how to escape it. And I just want you to know, because it took me being in my 20s for me to finally even realize that I deserved to be happy, that I deserved to experience joy in my life. It is possible to heal from all the trauma that I've been through, and I don't have to carry it on for my entire life, but I can make something of it. I can transform it and transmute it into something that's actually beneficial to me. And now I look back at my life and all of the hard times, and I'm grateful because I get to learn from those hard times. The darkest of times were the biggest of teachers. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for listening to me ramble about the things that I think about on a daily basis and how I choose to live my life, and maybe my perspective will help yours. Gaming is something that helps me just chill and unwind, and you know, I just love yapping, so this is a pretty fun time for me. Follow me on TikTok, follow me on Instagram, and subscribe to me on YouTube. Also, if you want to come in the comments, introduce yourself, say hi, tell me why you love the Bratz, or give me your thoughts on your perspective of what I said, or just a new perspective that you have that you want to share with me. I'm excited to see you guys next time, and I hope you have a lovely day. Mwah. Ciao.